The story of Gideon in Judges 6 through 8 is one of my favorite stories because it shows how God is a jealous God, how he wants all of the glory for the things that happen. Now, if you don't know the story, the Israelites were being persecuted. They were being attacked, robbed by the Midianites, and the Midianites were just destroying everything. Stealing all the food, killing the animals. They were destroying the livestock, and they were making the Israelites' life very, very difficult. Now, an angel of the Lord came to Gideon and said, Gideon, you mighty warrior, something like that, which I find really awesome because Gideon was not a mighty warrior, but God was speaking to the future identity. He wasn't speaking to who Gideon was at the moment, but who Gideon was going to become, which I find really encouraging and really amazing. Now, God, as Gideon is receiving this call from the Lord to go out and raise an army to defeat the Midianites, Gideon starts giving God a lot of excuses. And he says, hey, listen, my tribe is the least in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family. So he's giving, as if God didn't know all this already, right? But you see, God wasn't looking for the strongest. He wasn't looking for the best. He was looking for the person that would give God all of the glory. And we see this again a few verses later when Gideon was able to raise an army. It was 32,000 people. And God said to Gideon, hey, listen, man, you got too many people. There's too many soldiers. So I want you to go and I want you to whisper in the ear of each of these soldiers and say, if any of you are afraid, just leave right now. And I believe it was 22,000 were like, yeah, I'm terrified. I do not want to go to war against the Midianites. I'm just going to go home. So now Gideon is left with 10,000 soldiers. And God said, Gideon, that's still too many. It's too many because if you defeat the Midianites, the Israelites are going to say it was because of the size of your army, not because the Lord was with you. So then God gave Gideon a really interesting task and said, have all the men go down to the river, have them drink water, and the men that scoop the water in their hands and then lap it like a dog, those are the ones that I want you to take in a battle. And out of all 10,000 men, only 300 of them scooped up the water and lapped it like a dog, which is such a crazy way to drink water, right? But God wanted all the glory. Gideon and his army was able to defeat the Midianites because of God, not because of their power, their strength, or the size of their army.